so much space.
Coral, honey.
These little dudes are from a strange alien world. Pizza Planet.
Here are some mistakes that slip past editors in kids' movies. By the end, you'll be totally amazed, not just by the mistakes themselves, but by how sharp I had to be to catch them. Number 1. Toy Story 4. We finally said goodbye to Andy's era as he passed his beloved toys on to Bonnie. Honestly, it was the best idea. At least now, someone would actually play with them instead of leaving them to collect dust in a college dorm.
This is Rex, the meanest, most terrifying dinosaur who ever lived. Roar! Roar! The Potato Heads, Mr. and Mrs.
But even in this heartwarming sequel, not everything is as flawless as we think. Everything seems perfectly fine until her dad comes in and tells her it's time to go to kindergarten. Bonnie leaves the room and everything's still fine. Or so it seems. Take a close look at Ham, the piggy bank, before Bonnie leaves. He's standing on all 4 feet, just as he should be. But once she's out of the door, something strange happens. Ham is suddenly standing up and has moved to the right. Now we know these toys come to life when humans aren't around, but this isn't just a typical toy movement. It's a pretty obvious mistake. It's like Ham couldn't help but shift positions when he wasn't meant to. It's a tiny error, but once you notice it, you can't help but wonder how even Pixar let this slip past.
Bonnie, what are you doing? We gotta go. You don't want to be late for kindergarten orientation, do you?
But I don't want to go.
We're gonna meet your teachers, see your classroom.
Can I bring a toy?
Toys don't go to school. That's the rule.
Number 2. Nemo. Look at Marlin and Coral, excitedly looking over their little clutch of eggs tucked away in the reef. They're already imagining their future family, even talking about names. It's one of these moments that makes you smile. But then, disaster strikes with the sudden appearance of a barracuda, and we all know what happens next. It's heartbreaking. But before we get too lost in the heartbreak, let's zoom in on that peaceful moment before disaster hits. When Marlin and Coral first lean over to look at the eggs, pay close attention. You can't actually see the eggs. They're nestled too low in the hole, out of sight. But in the very next shot, the eggs are suddenly higher up, visible and almost peeking out.
You want to name all of them right now? All right. We'll name this half Marlin Jr. and then this half Coral Jr. Okay, we're done.
Number 3. Inside Out. You may think this is just a normal scene. Just little Riley playing with her wagon and running around carefree, full of joy. And I was sure you didn't notice this one. Look, in that scene when Riley spots the electrical cord on the floor, her mind kicks into alert mode, processing the potential danger.
Very nice. Okay, looks like you got this. Very good. Oh, that's her turn! Ah, look out!
But when we see the table through Riley's mind as Fear reacts, it doesn't look quite the same as the real table in front of her. It's shifted a little to the right, just enough to make you go, wait a second, something's off here. It's just a tiny detail that most people don't notice. By the way, have you watched Inside Out too? Tell me in the comments down below.
Airplane. We got an airplane, everybody.
Number 4. Frozen. Now, I'm gonna tell you about a mistake in a very popular movie. Remember Kristoff? The guy with his reindeer Sven, who's always after those carrots and eventually falls for Elsa? Okay, not our problem today. There's this moment in the film where Kristoff is holding his guitar, and it looks like he's having a blast. His guitar has 4 chords, yet there are only 3 tuning pegs, the little knobs that help you adjust the sound. It's such a tiny detail that's super easy to miss while you're caught up in the music and the fun of the scene. And aside from all those mistakes, I literally hate Hans.
I'll beat you and curse you and cheat you. Every one of them's bad, except you.
Oh, thanks, buddy. But people smell better than reindeers. Sven, don't you think I'm right?
Number 5. Shrek. At the very start, we see Shrek putting up a drawing on the wall of his swamp. If you look closely, you'll notice that there's a broken part in the wood of the drawing itself. It's a small detail, but it's definitely there. But when Shrek puts the drawing down in the next scene, the angle of the drawing changes completely. You'd think that with all the amazing animation and attention to detail in a film like Shrek, they would have caught that little mix-up. Even with all the laughs and fun moments in this movie, it's funny how these little errors can slip through.
Do you know what that thing could do to you?
Yeah,
It'll grind your bones for its bread.
Yes. Well, actually, that would be a giant. Now, ogres, they're much worse. They'll make a suit from your freshly peeled skin.
Number 6. Up. The start of this film is really special. We meet Carl and Ellie, two lovers who lived together and loved each other until tragedy struck when Ellie passed away. It's such an emotional beginning that sets the tone for the whole movie. Later on, Russell, the eager young scout, meets a little girl named Elle, I think. I'm not sure. Please tell me in the comments what her name was.
Don't you know it's an exclusive club? Only explorers get in here. Not just any kid off the street with a helmet and a pair of goggles. Do you think you got what it takes? Well, do you? Alright.
So, in one scene, she shows Russell her adventure book and shares her dreams. In that moment, she flips 3 pages. But in the very next scene, it shows that she flipped 5 pages instead. You didn't notice this, I'm sure. Number 7. Zootopia. It wasn't easy for a cute little rabbit like Judy Hopps to become a police officer in a city filled with larger animals who often looked down on her. I mean, the height difference is crazy. Some of them were downright mean to her.
Honey burrow, is that what you said? So how about a carrot farmer? That sound about right? Be careful now, it won't just be your dreams getting crushed.
But Judy showed incredible determination and strength to chase her dreams no matter what. In one memorable scene, Judy is working with the sly fox, Nick Wilde. While they're chatting, she accidentally steps into some wet cement and gets stuck. When Nick moves behind the car, Judy suddenly turns almost 90 degrees while still stuck in the cement. It's a little slip-up that doesn't make quite sense, considering she shouldn't be able to move that much while being stuck. So, next time you're watching Zootopia, keep an eye out for that scene.
Right, Slick Nick, you're under arrest.
Really? For what?
Gee, I don't know. How about selling food without a permit, transporting undeclared commerce across borough lines, false advertising?
Permit? Receipt of declared commerce. And I didn't falsely advertise anything.
And there you have it, 7 animation mistakes in some of the most popular movies that you probably never noticed. But don't worry, we'll find even the tiniest mistake and show it to you. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more funny insights into your favorite films. Until next time!